We're back and ready to start the second quarter here on DouglasCountyDigest.com. Chris Patton alongside Luke Johnson. We are in Tuscola for the Warriors and the Cerro Gordo Bement Broncos. After one quarter of play, the Warriors lead 16-8. Broncos with the ball. Curtis Shea has it. He dishes it to 23, Nathan Lovekamp. Lovekamp drives, kicks it to Callan Schonkweiler. His pass is taken away by the Warriors. Zach Bates heading down the floor. Now Nick Bates going to drive down the lane, then pulls it back out. 10, Tommy Watson puts up a three, and it's good. Tommy Watson with 8 points tonight so far, and it's 19-8 Warriors. The offense starting to pick up. And there's a steal.
Couple of threes for Tommy Watson. Good pass down low.
Get it into Knowles. Shot goes up and good. And he's fouled. Brant Knowles has 4 points with a chance to make it 5. I think the foul is going to go on Nick Bates, and that's his second. Team's fourth. Brant Knowles made 2 free throws in the first quarter. He's got a chance to make another one here. Got some folks at the scorer's table. Confusion on who can come in and not, but I thought the Cerro Gordo player was coming in for Knowles because he kind of held up, but not the case.
It was a late substitution.
Frankie Foran into the game, and was that Clayton Turner that came in for Tuscola, I think?
Yep.
Knowles' free throw is good. He's got 5 points, and the Warriors now have an 8-point lead. It's 19-11. Defense from Cerro Gordo, Bement giving the Warriors some fits. And Josh Knight ran into the brick wall that's known as Brant Knowles. Took a step back and then just kind of lost the ball. It looked like he was just passing it to Knowles.
He didn't have any other option but to go backwards.
Lost his grip on the ball and right into Knowles' hands. There's a nice little pass, and then the Broncos try, maybe looked like it was going to be one pass too many, and Knowles was able to pick it back up and put it in. 19-13 is now Tuscola's lead. The Broncos have cut it down to 6. Warriors looking around here. Clayton Turner with the 3 that's good. The Warriors are heating up from long distance. Back out to a 9-point Tuscola advantage. Ball knocked away. And a lot of the Warriors' points are coming off the defensive end because defensive end doing a great job, and they're getting the ball back and getting down to the other end.
They've got some really active hands right now.
Speaking of active hands, we had a scrum for the ball there. It looked like maybe Tommy Watson was going to throw it off the CGB player, but instead the Broncos finally do control it. We got folks hitting the deck left and right. Frankie Foran puts up a shot that's no good. A little too far out of the reach of Brant Knowles, and Tommy Watson does a high wire act. And we got something on the sideline here. We get a foul call. The foul is going to go against Nathan Lovekamp, the senior guard from Cerro Gordo Bement, his first, team's fourth. So we're even at 4 fouls here. The Warriors have a 22-13 lead over the Broncos. 5:44 left to go before halftime. In what, strangely enough, is the Warriors' first home game of the season. Doesn't happen very often. You get into January without a home game.
They had a couple of games canceled in the early going because of their football season going into the playoffs. They had to reschedule those.
There's a nice feed into the lane. Goes through the hands of Caleb Williams, bounces off his noggin. And into the waiting arms of, I believe it was Brant Knowles that ended up with that. Whoever got it, he was a Bronco, and they've got the ball now. Looking to cut into this 9-point Tuscola lead. Shot goes up, no good. Warriors gonna press and move it ahead, and they do. Gibson gets it underneath, waits for a second, kicks it back out. Shot put up and good. Mid-range 2-pointer, good for Tommy Watson. He's got 10 so far.
It's a great job by Stephen Gibson.
Gibson with a block down on this end, and then a nice save by Tommy Watson to keep it in and give it back to Gibson. Warriors thread the needle with a pass to make it to Turner, and now they're going to drive to the basket. Hard foul on number 4, Caleb Williams. He's going to go to the line for 2 shots.
And great job by Steven Gibson down here under the basket their last trip down. Kind of caught the ball awkwardly, had nowhere to go with it, so he kicked it back out to number 10, Tommy Watson, for the short jumper.
Fouls on 15, Schunkweiler, his second, team's 5th.
Like you said, defensively, Watson and Gibson down on the other end. One for the block, one for the save. Get it down here for Williams. Chance at the free throw line, misses his first one.
Broncos are going to call a timeout before we get the second shot down at this end. So let's give you a reset here. 4:28 left to go before halftime. 24-13. The Warriors have a 9-point lead over the Cerro Gordo Bement Broncos. And Tuscola, they're playing fast, but they seem to be in control while they do it. A lot of times you can play a little too fast and get out of control and start kind of messing things up and letting your fundamentals slip and slide away. But so far, the Warriors haven't done that.
They've hit 4 threes tonight, so half of their points right now are from behind the arc. They're shooting really well. The only thing that I can really tell so far is they have lapses, like 2 to 3 minute lapses of defense, where they kind of just slack off a little bit and they let Cerro Gordo get into whatever they need to get into, or get a couple of easy layups. They got to the free throw line a couple of times. And then the Warriors will start to pick it back up and get some turnovers. But on the other hand, Cerro Gordo was moving in the beginning, they were moving the ball really well and making some baskets. But their defense needs to pick up like it was early on, and then push the Warriors, try and back them into a corner a little bit.
The longer shots that are falling for Tuscola, not falling for CGB so far. They've been kind of repeatedly front iron or even worse. Second free throw is good. Caleb Williams into the scorer's book so far with 1 point. Gives his team a 12-point lead. 25-13 Tuscola. Broncos with it, almost throw it back across court, but Frankie Ford able to corral the pass from Lovecamp. He tries to dish it off there, just kind of gave him a little lazy pass, and it's taken away, but then blocked. Lovecamp didn't give up. Warriors still fighting. Gibson's going to put it up and in. Steven Gibson gets that back, stays with it, and puts it up and in. The 6'4" senior gets his first 2 points of the night. And there is another Cerro Gordo Bement turnover.
And Tuscola's just playing, they're face guarding Lovecamp right now, number 23. They're putting one guy on him, and he's not helping. He's not doing anything but guarding number 23 of the Broncos, trying to keep him out of the scorebook.
Clearly, he's been the one that's been identified as the person that, if we control him, we control the game. Lovecamp takes it away there, and then a nice play by Josh Knight to throw it off his legs so he didn't get called for an over and back. Matt Franks is going to call a timeout. 3:21 left to go before halftime, 27-13. It's a 14-point Tuscola Warriors lead.
And Cerro Gordo just needs to go back to the first couple minutes of this ball game. They have to have smarter passers, crisper passes. They're guarding Lovecamp so hard that those back doors will be open. But if you're going to throw it, you got to throw it. You can't hesitate. That last pass, he hesitated a little bit. Didn't quite know if he wanted to throw it or not, and it ended up being a turnover.
Warriors looking to improve on their 3-6 record so far this year. Broncos hoping not to fall to 2-9. So far, it looks like Tuscola might get their way, but still plenty of game left to be played. Jarrett Wallace, number 42, going to inbound it from in front of the CGB bench. He gives it to 10, Tommy Watson. Clayton Turner thought about it, but instead he's going to throw it right back to Watson. Watson is, I think that's a signal for setting things back up and running it all over again.
Out there directing traffic a little bit.
13-point lead, or 14-point lead, excuse me. Warriors content to run through things and get a very good look. They do get that, but it's stripped out and knocked out of there by Conrad Gillespie, number 20 for CGB. The Warriors going to inbound underneath their own basket and maybe go right back through that process again.
And they don't seem like they're in too much of a hurry. They're running through a motion offense, just waiting until they get the prime look at the basket.
And this isn't really the playmaking squad. This is kind of the squad that, you know, when Nick Bates is out there and he's got the ball, he's going to go. And this is more of a kind of, these are kind of your grinder guys here, I think.
Mm-hmm. And they're doing an excellent job of that right now.
They are grinding the clock down. 2:30 left to go before halftime.
Cerro not really pressuring them, and a tip pass. And Josh Knight lets it go, and it ends up being a turnover. Should have just gone and got it. And good job by Lovecamp going right at the two defenders, drawing the foul.
Lovecamp presses the issue and moves it down the floor, and he gets to the basket and draws a foul. Gibson picks up his second. Stephen Gibson now with 2. 5 team fouls on the Warriors. This might be the way Lovecamp needs to score tonight. That's his first point of the night. He's got 1, chance for 2 here. As you mentioned earlier, he's being pretty well guarded. He's kind of the guy Matt Franks has decided if we take care of him, he'll be in pretty good shape. Makes both of them.
Well, and for Cerro Gordo, if you get the ball out quickly after a missed shot, Tuscola's defenders can't find him right away, and you'll have him in the open floor in a fast break, like you just saw there.
Warriors break the pressure. Josh Knight got it in for a shot too high off the backboard, and in the ensuing battle for the loose ball, it goes out of bounds off the Broncos. 2:06 left to go before halftime. They'll throw it out top to 20, Josh Knight. Get deflected away. No over and back call because they said it was knocked away, and then as he went back and got it and then tried to come back down the floor, we get a foul called against the Broncos. Number 10, that's Foreign. Thought it might have been Curtis Shea, but it's number 10, Frankie Foreign, his first, team 6th. Warriors being a little more deliberate against the pressure here from Cerro Gordo than they were in the early going. Thank you. Almost lose it. Instead, they get it back, though. Pull-up jumper is no good. Rebound, though, put right back up. Jared Wallace can't get it to go down. Couple decent looks in there for the Warriors that don't go down. Broncos come right back down and they hit one of those threes they haven't seen in a while. Frankie Foreign has 6 points tonight. 27-18. It's back down to single digits. The Warriors only lead by 9 now.
And there's the good Chris Paskin talking about earlier that they need to go back to, as Jarrett Wallace makes a tough layup.
That fundamental grinder unit there, got it inside, and Wallace was able to finish it off that time for his first 2 points of the night. And the Warriors now back up by double digits, 29-18. We got a sub there from CGB. Was that?
It's the injury.
Okay,
33 got Curtis Shea got a shot to the head. They got him out of the game.
Oh, we got a travel there. Cerro Gordo Bement fans on this side say it was a trip. Referee says it was just their feet got tangled up, so travel called against the Broncos. Gibson going to take a seat. It looks like that Zach Bates came back into the game. About 50 seconds left to go here before halftime. Warriors with 11-point lead, and with Nick Bates with 2 fouls, they've kind of gone to this lineup here that's paid off. Nice little give and go into the post there. Clayton Turner has his 5th point of the night, 31-18. So it got down to 9. Warriors have quickly built it right back up.
A hand check there on top on Jarrett Wallace, number 42. Just can't keep up. There's a mismatch that Cerro Gordo needs to keep going with. Number 10, Frankie Foreign, is up against number 42, Jarrett Wallace, and I don't think he can keep up with number 10 there.
See that matchup right there again. Foreign on Wallace, 23 seconds left to go. 44, Trevor Norris with it, back out top. 20, Conrad Gillespie. 3-pointer put up, bounces around, and then goes down. Frankie Foran's determined to keep his team in it from the three-point line. He's got 9. We're just under 10 seconds left to go. Warriors lead by 10. Tommy Watson gets in some trouble. Jarrett Wallace for 3, and it's good. Jarrett Wallace has 5. There's the halftime buzzer, and the Warriors will take a 34-21, 13-point lead into halftime. Come back and join us for the second half here of high school boys basketball on DouglasCountyDigest.com.